I leave as much in as possible.
Yeah.
In fact, I call most of these episodes Uncut.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I love it.
Because I tidy up the beginning, I tidy up the end, but in the middle there, no matter what happens or where we go, it's all part of the journey. It's all part of the experience.
Yeah, very much so. Like, I try to get a clean sound and flow for our show, but leaving in certain little things, like I just said for instance.
Yeah.
I usually cut those out.
Do you? Okay.
And I actually started speaking differently. I'll like extend my vowels instead of saying So I'll say I think blah 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 as a way of getting around the edit. But I don't know. I just like it to sound like a conversation between friends, and laughter is such an important part of that, especially with comic books. Not that they're all funny, but like the things you say to each other about them or the realizations that your friends have. Sometimes it's funny, and like the first thing is like a sharp laugh, and then you get it, and then you have a deep conversation about it.
Yeah, in some ways, comic books are a little bit like a podcast, aren't they?
Yeah. That
way that we're kind of looking into a space that we're kind of like that fly on the wall, aren't
and
we? When
they're
we
both
read a
better
comic book?
when you can talk about them. Like listening to a podcast alone is fine. Like I enjoy learning things, but having someone to talk about the thing that I learned with, that is the best.
Yeah.
Even if they don't like it. I say one of my favorite things is to meet someone who hates a book that I love, because I know why it's good. Tell me why it's bad, and let's have that conversation.
Yeah.
And that's very risky. Some people really don't like that conversation. But like, I'm curious.
Why do you think that is? Why do you think some people shy away from that?
It's almost a test of identity. Almost like, I can't like a bad
You're
book.
judging them.
Yeah.
They like it, therefore you don't, or you don't like me.
And my whole thing is like, there's tons of stupid things that I like, you know? And I totally respect other people's stupid stuff too. I say it much nicer, to loosen them up. But like that kind of casual approach, like there's no right response to art. Like art can make you a better person, but liking the right art won't make you a better person, for instance. But like getting and experiencing art and like learning things will. So I don't like tie my loves to my identity that closely. Well, no, that's the wrong way to say that actually, because it is part of my identity. I appreciate getting the dissenting, like the contrasting view so much that it doesn't hurt when someone says like, I hate, Dragon Ball Z or Ninja Scroll or something like that. Because like they have every right to.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. I find how we do tie our identity closely to the arts that we enjoy. Have you any idea more on why that is? Why we're so closely involved and invested into let's say we're here talking about comics.
I think we live in a capitalist society, in America, the UK as well, all over the world.
We're